Hi there. Thanks so much for stopping by. You know those interview questions that start with, tell me about a time when. Well, these are called behavioural interview questions, and most people hate them because they feel like a trap. And it's so easy to freeze and you can't remember a single thing you've done in your career. But as an experienced talent acquisition professional, I'm going to let you in on a secret. The interviewer isn't trying to trip you up. Half the time, they are just doing what they are told. But they are looking for a specific kind of response. Stick with me and I'll show you what. Welcome to my channel, Simple Career. Now, anyone can say they are a hard worker or a team player. Behavioural questions were designed to prove, or at least give some peace of mind, that you've actually done the thing you're saying you've done. If you can't give a specific story, often there is an assumption you're making it up or you are just saying what they want to hear. Today, I'm teaching you the STAR method so you can provide the proof I'm looking for. The core philosophy in HR is that past behavior is the best predictor of future performance. If you handled a difficult client well in 2023, you'll probably handle one well in 2026. Hilariously, this isn't actually completely true, and I will debunk this sometime in another video. However, this is now considered best practice, and almost any hiring leader in any decent-sized business will have been told that this is the way to interview, so they all think they are doing the right thing. But not only that, they are also taught that there is only one good way for a candidate to respond to these questions, and that is the STAR method. I'm going to tell you all about that now. Stay to the end because I will also include an example in action. STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. So let's say the question is, tell me about a time when you had to handle a difficult client situation. Situation, set the stage. Keep this to 2 sentences. Who was involved? What was the context? For example, when I was working at ABC Bank, I had a call from a customer that hadn't received their monthly bonus interest. They were really upset, yelling down the phone, and felt like they were being scammed. Task: what was the specific goal or problem? What was your responsibility in that moment? For example, so the problem I had was because they were so escalated and angry, I wasn't able to explain the criteria of bonus interest to them. Because they were so upset, my first responsibility in that moment was to try and calm them enough to solve the problem for them. Action. This is the most important part. Describe exactly what you did. Use I statements, not we. Recruiters or interviewers are looking for your specific contribution. For example, the first thing I did was empathize with their situation. I told them I'm really sorry to hear that, and that I understand how frustrating it can be when we expect something and it doesn't follow through. I then told the customer that I can look into why this happened and find a solution to the problem, if they are happy for me to do so. I then asked, are you happy for me to take a look as to why this has happened and how we can rectify or avoid in the future? Result, the so what. What happened? Did you save money? Fix a relationship? Quantify it if you can. Never tell a story without an ending. For example, once they calmed down, they were able to see I was there to help and solve the problem. I was able to see that upon further investigation that they didn't make the required withdrawals to be eligible for bonus interest. I was then able to help them understand that criteria and how they were able to meet this in future months. They were happy with the service I provided them and actually left me a 5-star customer service review. Now, some insider pro tips, the mistake. Question: when I ask, tell me about a time you failed, I'm not looking for a perfect person. I'm looking for someone with high emotional intelligence who can admit a mistake and show me what they learned. Let me know if you want a video on how to answer these type of questions in more detail. I would love to make one. The vulnerability. Win. In the 2026 market, authenticity is king. Don't be afraid to share a story where things were messy, as long as the action and results show growth. In terms of preparing these STAR responses, my advice is to pull out the job advertisement you use to apply for the job. Find the part about what you will be doing / what do we need in the role. And think about how you've demonstrated those things in the past. Write down a few examples, not too many. You will never remember. And that will help you to practice your responses, as well as think of something on the spot if they throw you a curveball. If you want more advice on how to prepare for an interview, check out the link to my other interview in the description below. So, stop guessing and start proving. Hit subscribe for more corporate codes unlocked. I'll see you in the next one.